Following your impact, but here, Cortex, you're all welcome to Nolan Park. Into the Castletown of Offaly. The two teams. First of all, we have Castletown to lead. The goal with John Lyons, the captain. Right corner back number 2 is Martin. Funny, number 4 is Tom Skeleton. 9 there, Duff. On the half hour, on the right. Right on the back number 2 is Joe and Frank. Back number 3 is Joe Herty. And on the left, number 18 is Dan. On the half back, and on the left, number 7, Rory Hannity. To the field for Birr wearing number 8, on the half forward and on the right. On the left, David Power. Sorry, the referee is MacSuibhne from Butler. Thank you.
There's a toss. Welcome to Nolan Park in Kilkenny for the final of the AIB Leinster Club Senior Hurling Championship final between Birr of Offaly and Castletown of Laois. The referee is Aodán MacSuibhne of Dublin. Declan Pilkington is the captain of the Birr team and the goalkeeper John Lyons is captaining the Castletown team. When these teams met at the same stage of the competition 2 years ago, Birr had a rather easy victory after a close enough first half, Castletown failing to score in that second half. The Castletown team will be hoping for a much improved and a better performance here today. The team that plays from right to left will have the benefit of a very strong wind. There are 2 changes on the Birr team. Brian Hennessy is not playing at left corner back. He's replaced by number 18 Darren Hannafy, and number 25 Barry Millen is playing top of the right in place of Oisín O'Neill, who had such a good game in the last day in the semi-final against the Kilkenny champions Glenmore. So Darren Hannafy wearing 18 at left corner back, Barry Millen wearing 25 at top of the right. The Castletown team limbering up just before the game, they've also made 2 changes from the starting 15, but those changes were also made before the semi-final the last day, and it sees number 17 Cyril Cuddy coming in to partner David Cuddy at centre field, and number 19 Ger Cuddy, though coming in for Sean Handon at left half forward, could very well start top of the left as he did last week. John Lyons, the goalkeeper, is the captain of the Castletown team. Number 14, that's Paddy Dullard, who had such a good game the last day, moving between the full forward line and the half forward line. But it's certainly the 6 Cuddies who are starting this game that Castletown will be looking to. Three Wheelahens and 2 Pilkingtons, along with 3 Hannafys, are the backbone of the Birr side. Brian Wheelahan at centre half back, Joe Erity at full back, Gary Hannafy at centre half forward, and Declan Pilkington at full forward, the backbone of the Birr team. Aodán MacSuibhne from Dublin, the referee for this Leinster club hurling final. Simon Wheelahan, number 15, usually a cornerback. Nowadays he's top of the left, a scoring forward, and starting with the number 15 jersey today. Barry Millen at 25, wearing 25, is starting at centre field, as Castletown will play from right to left with the wind in the first half. Gary Cahill, right corner back, Barry Wheelahan, right half back for the Birr team at the start of this game. Conditions improving all the time as the referee commences the game, and Castletown with a big win behind him in this first half. First free of the game goes to the Laois men. Paul Cuddy has come out to centre half back as he did the last day, and John, wearing number 6, gone back to full back. So just inside his own half of the field, Paul Cuddy in the first 10 seconds of the game with this free for Castletown. The breeze behind him, strikes it in, and he has the distance. The ball has gone over the bar. 1 point for Castletown, no score for Birr. Early days yet. Trying to walk that ball forward. John O'Sullivan, number 7 for the Laois men. This is Gary Cahill wearing 5 and playing in the corner. The ball breaks to 17. This is Cyril Cuddy. Cyril Cuddy, a long high ball, the ball going out to the right, and it's gone wide. So Castletown will be expecting to build up a big lead with this benefit of this wind in the first half. That's Cyril Cuddy wearing 17, not listed to start, but he wasn't listed the last day either, and he did start. Brian Mullins is the Birr goalkeeper, the ball dropping in the centre of the field. Knife tackle shot goes down the centre. Out comes John Cuddy, nudges the ball slightly away, but the Birr men are on the attack. Number 7 is Rory Hannafy, playing up in the forwards. The full forward is Declan Pilkington. Tom Phelan is number 4 for Castletown. Rory Hannafy nudges it forward. The Laois men are there in numbers. 18 is Darren Hannafy. They're all playing up in the backs, up in the forwards for the Birr men. The ball is over the sideline. Paddy Phelan, 15, playing out the field for the Laois men. Numbers mean nothing to the positions these players are taking up. This is Barry Wheelahan. He's playing in right half back today for Birr. It's a good cut across to the far side. Simon Wheelahan. Ball knocked away by Martin Phelan. Gary Hannafy trying to get that ball up. Breaks to Simon Wheelahan. Simon Wheelahan nudges it back. Barry Millen's shot is brilliantly blocked down by Paul Cuddy. Birr coming on the attack once again. David Cuddy. Cuddy clears it up for the Laois men. Joe Ellerslie from coming out from full back. Ball near the sideline, kept in play by the full back. On the ground, down to the side of the field. Barry Hannafy beaten by David Cuddy. The ball very nearly over the line. It is now, says the Lyons man, and he's giving it to the Birr man. Darren Hannafy with this sideline cut for the Birr men, a little under 40 metres out from the goal. It's a good ball into the centre. John Cuddy appeared to have that ball, but the ball is cleared up by Martin Phelan. Dropping in the centre of the field. Paddy Cuddy. Gary Cahill, number 5 for Birr. To Brian Wheelahan, overpassed. Brian Wheelahan gets there first. Ball slipped out of his hand and breaks back to number 10. That's Eamon Curran, he's fouled, and it's a free in for the Laoisman. Number 10, Eamon Curran, a past captain of this Castletown team, fouled. And number 15, Pat Phelan, with this free, 47 metres out from the goal. Pat Phelan, with the wind behind him, sends it in, allows for the wind, and the ball goes over the bar. Number 15, Pat Phelan, playing in the half-forward line, the scorer of that second point for Castletown. Castletown 2 points, Birr no score, and there's 4 minutes gone in the first half. Ball reaches centre field, and Birr come on the attack. Gary Hannafy sitting that ball inside. Declan Pilkington is got rid of the hands already. Goes on with John Cuddy. St. Pilkington, low ball inside. John Lyons got the ball through. Declan Pilkington, number 14, the captain of the Birr team. It wasn't a terribly hard shot. He got around the defender, and John Lyons, nerves or whatever, let the ball roll past him into the back of the net. A goal to Birr, 2 points to Castletown. Brian Mullins comes out and misses the ball. Ball breaks inside to Padraig Cuddy. Trying to find a player outside. It's sent across Paddy Dullard. Shot cut out by Niall Claffey. Claffey cleared the ball for the Birr man. Dullard in the middle overruns it. John O'Sullivan is number 7 for Castletown. Drives the ball forward. Dropping inside with the player loose. Patrick Phelan was loose inside, the ball has gone wide. Strong wind taking that puck and only landing is 65 yards out. That goes Brian Wheelahan for Birr. The wind holds it up once again. Barry Millen breaks it down. And it breaks to Darren Hannafy. John O'Sullivan cuts the ball out. Back it goes to number 4, Tom Phelan. Birr players there in number. Phelan once again. But the Birr players are doing terribly well. Phelan's way blocked. The referee has given a free to Birr though. Brian Wheelahan with this free just over 60 metres out. Into the wind, struggled well, the ball dropping short, well caught inside by number 5, Robert Delaney for Castletown. Shot half blocked down, it breaks out to number 6, that's John Cuddy hand passes it forward. Eamon Curran driving it forward, broken down by Fernand O'Sullivan. Joe Erity, the full back, is there. Niall Claffey, number 9, comes forward down the far wing. Delaney knocks it out for Castletown. Breaks to Barry Millen along the ground. Rory Hannafy. Inside, well taken by John Cuddy. Trying to get his clearance in. He's fouled. The referee has given the free out to Castletown. Number 3 is Paul Cuddy, playing centre half back with this free for Castletown. Long ball dropping way inside. O'Sullivan goes for it. Gary Cahill catches that ball and clears it away for Birr. Nice play by the Castletown men. The ball comes back to Robert Delaney. Hand passes to David Cuddy. 45 metres out in a scoring position. If he can get the ball up, he has it. Shot well blocked down. Barry Millen, 25, leaves the ball behind him. Nudged forward by Eamon Curran to number 19. That's Ger Cuddy. Shot goes inside. Barry Wheelahan did terribly well to pack that ball. Comes forward for the Birr man. Flicks it forward, only to a Laois man. Ger Cuddy over to the far side. Padraig Cuddy is beaten. And the ball is cleared up for the Birr man. Niall Claffey, the man, over to Simon Wheelahan. Simon Wheelahan on the ground. The referee gives a free to the Birr man. Well, the rain has stopped. The wind is very strong here in Kilkenny, favouring the Laois men, as Brian Wheelahan is coming up to take this free. Birr playing against the wind in the first half as the crowd looks on from the stand. Good size attendance here. Both teams well supported here in Kilkenny today. So Brian Wheelahan with this free for Birr, just under 50 metres out from the goal, into the wind, keeping it lowish and off. The ball goes in, it's gone left and gone wide. 9.25 minutes gone in the first half. Birr of Offaly 1 goal, Castletown of Laois 2 points. Ball knocked down by Barry Millen. Darren Hannafy cut out by Paul Cuddy I should say, number 3. Barry Wheelahan back up for the Offaly men. Barry Millen cut out by Cyril Cuddy. One-handed swings at the ball. Brian Wheelahan well beaten by Robert Delaney. The ball goes inside. Paddy Dullard beaten there by the number 2, that's Donald Franks. But here come the Laois men. Patrick Phelan going through, sends the ball in and sends it over the bar. Number 15, Pat Phelan, the scorer at that point. As the ball broke inside, he cut the hurl short and sent the ball over the bar. 1 goal for Birr, 3 points for Castletown. Just over 10 minutes gone, and Donald Franks, number 2, playing at left cornerback for the Birr team, needs attention. Donald Franks back on his feet, back in his position. Play resumes. Over on the far side. Gary Hannafy half hits it, the ball is cleared up for the Laois men. Hold on, over to this corner. Well crossed out by Gary Carr. Liam Power trying to get on that ball. John O'Sullivan for Castletown. Caught out by Niall Claffey. He's beaten to the point. Brian Wheelahan half blocked down. Johnny Pilkington keeps the ball in play over on the far side, but the Laois men come again. It only goes to Niall Claffey. Niall Claffey for Birr. Shot back to Donald Franks. Joe Erity covering off. Taken down by Padraig Cuddy to Patrick Dullard. Paddy Dullard 50 metres out, didn't strike the ball well at all, and Joe Erity blocks it down for Birr. Erity clears it up the field. Darren Hannafy beaten. David Cuddy, player loose outside if he can get the ball out to him. High pull by Donald Franks, and the referee gives the free into Castletown. So Pat Phelan with this free, just 60 metres out, sends it in. It's gone over the bar, another point for number 15, Pat Phelan. Castletown have 4 points and Birr have 1 goal. There's 13 minutes gone in the first half.
Press down!
Very sharp puck out this time, barely coming to 50 metres out. Darren Hannafy Knocks that ball over to Simon Wheelahan. Martin Phelan must get back on his feet soon and does well to dispossess Wheelahan. Wheelahan recovers. Across to this side of the field, David Cuddy cuts it out for the Laoismen. Half blocked down. Gary Hannafy lobs that ball in, but the wind is taking it. It's dropping short. The goalkeeper has come out. Declan Pilkington has it. The goalkeeper still tackling him and does well to block him down. David Cuddy completes the clearance for the Laoismen. Johnny Pilkington. Oh, loose play here. Barry Millen. Barry Millen turns on his left side, sends the ball in and sends it over the bar. Barry Millen playing at centre field for the Birr men, the score of that point, and the game is level once again. 1-1 to Birr, 4 points to Castletown. Castletown with a very strong win behind them in the first half. Brian Wheelahan breaking up that attack. Shot half blocked down. David Cuddy. Barry Millen has no hurl at the moment, but he's still doing terribly well. Darren Hannafy, 18, is in there as well. Eamon Kerwin. The ball breaks to John O'Sullivan. Can't get that ball up. Niall Claffey nudges it out. Here's Paul Cuddy. Wild pull there on by the Birr man, and a name is going to be taken. Liam Power, number 12, the man in bother, I think, and in greater bother perhaps is John O'Sullivan down on the ground. He needs attention. So as we come to the end of the first quarter in this Leinster Senior Club Hurling Championship final, Birr of Offaly have 1 goal and 1 point, and Castletown of Laois 4 points, all to play for. So the referee about to restart the game. Here's Johnny Pilkington up the swing. Tom Phelan, number 4 for Castletown. Paul Cuddy. High tackle on the Castletown man. It's a free out for the Laoismen. Paul Cuddy driving that ball in, wind assisted, dropping way inside. Gary Cahill, number 5, trying to get it out. Brian Wheelahan is there as well. Cahill drives it across to the far side. The ball has gone over the side end line. It's a 65. Birr 1-1, Castletown 4 points. Almost 17 minutes gone in the first half. Paul Cuddy with a 65 for Castletown. The ball goes in and goes over the bar once again. Accurate striking from the Laoismen. David Cuddy, the scorer of that latest point, to give Castletown a 1 point lead. Brian Mullen's puck comes to the 65. Laoismen on the attack once again. Paddy Dullard wearing 14 but playing out the field. Dropping it inside. David Cuddy couldn't get onto it. Brian Wheelahan breaks up the attack, clears the ball up for Birr. Paul Cuddy drives it back for Castletown. Barry Wheelahan is in there, puts up his hand. Gary Cahill playing very soundly there in the full back line for Birr. Johnny Pilkington beats Padraig Cuddy rather easily. Sets up another Birr attack. Simon Wheelahan comes out clean. Power number 12 is there as well, but Wheelahan breaks away. Simon Wheelahan, 45-50 metres out. Across to the side of the field, John O'Sullivan, number 7, breaks it down. He has no hurl. He hand passes it away. Fionn O'Sullivan is playing back in the backs now at centre field. Still O'Sullivan coming forward. Rory Hannafy, the third right, number 7, Simon Wheelahan. He's playing top of the left and he's warming a lot, and the referee gives the free into Birr. Simon Wheelahan, the man fouled. Brian Wheelahan, number 6, the man to take the free. Just inside the 65-metre line, Brian Wheelahan with this free for Birr. They trail by a point. That looks good. It's straight and over the bar. Castletown 5 points, Birr 1 goal and 2 points. 19 minutes into the first half. Castletown with a very strong wind, not building up a lead. Ball has gone over the sideline. It's a sideline ball for Birr. Barry Wheelahan to take this sideline ball just outside his 45-metre line. It's a good cut up this wing. Rory Hannafy did well, a nice nudge in the back at the right time. Tom Phelan is fouled as he tries to go on the ball. Pushing the back, the referee said it's a free out for Castletown. Paul Cuddy is taking a quick one across to the far side. Fionn O'Sullivan in space, 65 metres out. Drops it in short. Gary Cahl, Brian Wheelahan it is once again. Paddy Dullard 14 is there. Wheelahan has that situation under control. Hand passes it out. Donald Franks up the middle. Simon Wheelahan comes to meet it, beaten to it. Barry Wheelahan is there. He's beaten by Pat Phelan, but Simon is back. Corner forward it's supposed to be. He's in his own half back line now. Birr win the free. So Brian Wheelahan with this free, 50 metres out. Rory Hannafy trying to pull on it. Oh, Declan Pilkington very, very wide with that shot as the ball broke to him, and the sides are still level. Niall Claffey nudges it forward. Robert Delaney for Castletown. Flicks the ball inside. The goalkeeper has come out. Brian Mullins juggles with it. Pops off the Castletown player, but does well. Flicks it outside only as far as Pat Phelan. Barry Wheelahan is there. Barry Millen. Up this wing once again. Towards the sideline, out over it. Sideline ball for Castletown.
Come on, Paul! Come on, lads!
John O'Sullivan, number 7, with the sideline ball for Castletown. Good cut once again, going right in. Ball knocked down, comes out here too. Ger Cuddy trying to get room to swing and completely misses the ball. Eamon Kerwin, number 10, is there. Cuddy is still touching. Barry Wheelahan nudges it away from danger. Johnny Pilkington to Barry Millen. Pilkington once again. Cut out by John O'Sullivan. John O'Sullivan going forward. 45 metres out. John O'Sullivan is shot, and the ball has gone over the bar. John O'Sullivan, the scorer at that point. Castletown edge ahead. They have 6 points, or have 1-2. John O'Sullivan on the ground, nudges the ball out to the side. Paul Cuddy, 3 Birr players around him. Paul Cuddy, the ball breaks to Barry Millen. Barry Millen into the centre. Robert Delaney beaten by Simon Wheelahan, and breaks to Tom Phelan. He's hooked by Declan Pilkington. Going across the far side. Chased by 2 players. Fouled by the number 4, Tom Phelan. 3 into goal. Castletown appear to be getting a sub ready. John Palmer could be coming in very soon. Simon Wheelahan with this free. Birr trailed by a point at the moment. Simon Wheelahan sends it in and sends it over the bar. 6 points for Castletown and 1-3 for Birr. Number 18, John Palmer, going in for the Castletown man. He's going in at left half forward. So the sides are level once again. There's Barry Millen. John O'Sullivan going back towards the sideline, gets the ball in play. Only to a Birr man. Barry Hennessy across the far side. John Cuddy is there. That goes Martin Phelan, and the referee is going to throw the ball in. Gerard Cuddy, number 19, has gone off the Castletown team. He has been replaced by number 18, John Palmer. So the referee throwing the ball in. Just over 5 minutes to go to half time. The sides level here in Nolan Park. This is Tom Phelan. The referee has blown, he's giving the free out. John Lyons, the goalkeeper and captain of the Castletown team, with his free. Wind assisted, but have they enough of the lead? They have no lead at all at the moment. It's all level. Simon Wheelahan pulling first time. Gary Hannafy. Hannafy decides to round his man and does so successfully. Hannafy goes forward. Still Gary Hannafy. A shot from Hannafy and a point for Hannafy. Gary Hannafy has given Birr the lead. A fine point by the number 11. Birr have 1 goal and 4 points. Castletown 6 points. Brian Wheelahan breaks it down. Cyril Cuddy, still Cuddy on a strong run inside, cut out by Gary Carl once again. Darren Hannafy across to the far side. Simon Wheelahan is not playing in the corner anymore. He's out the field now. The ball breaks to Liam Power, number 12. Here is Simon Wheelahan. He's roaming all over the place. Darren Hannafy, shot goes in. John Lyons comes out and drops the ball. It wasn't Darren Hannafy. It was inside as the ball came in from Rory Hannafy. John Palmer, number 18, pulls on the ground. Brian Wheelahan, Eamon Kerwin and Gary Carl once again. Pat Phelan, 15. Eamon Kerwin, number 10, comes up with the ball. The ball breaks loose. David Cuddy trying to make an angle for himself and well blocked down. Ball breaks out here. Paddy Cuddy going through, kicks the ball and kicks it over the bar. Number 11, Paddy Cuddy, centre half forward for Castletown, has tied up the match once again. Player down injured in the goal mouth. It's a Birr player. And it could be Joe Erity, in fact, the full-back. So the sides level, Birr 1-4, Castletown 7 points. And just over 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go to half-time. Well, it's not Joe Erity, in fact, he's out the field. It looks like Gary Carr. It's Gary Carr, in fact, who's having such a good game for Birr at right corner back. So they'll need to get Gary back on his feet, back into his position. That they have done. Really having an outstanding game at right corner back is Gary Carr. So the sides level with 2 minutes to go to half time. Rory Hannafy kicks it to Niall Caffey. Down the middle it goes, back goes John O'Sullivan, number 7, he just about gets there. Darren Hannafy, 18, can't do anything. Late tackle on the Castletown player, well spotted by the referee. And the Castletown player injured off the field of play over on the far sideline. So well spotted by the referee, late tackle, and a free for Paul Cuddy, 65 metres out from the goal. Cuddy strikes it in, and Castletown lead once again. So Paul Cuddy, playing at centre half back, nudges Castletown 1 point ahead as we come up very near half time. It's 8 points to Castletown and 1-4 to Birr. Barry Millen jumps and breaks down the ball, but only breaks to 17 is Sir Cuddy. Joe Erity. Johnny Pilkington loses the ball, driven across the far side. Donald Franks cut it out, drops the ball. Niall Caffey, number 9, along the ground. Simon Wheelahan. Darren Hannafy across to the far side. Liam Power ahead of Martin Phelan. Back goes Robert Delaney, number 5. He's beaten by Rory Hannafy, number 7 for Birr, but the Laoismen had the ball. Paul Cuddy taking that pass from Martin Phelan, drives the ball long, dropping inside. Brian Mullins allows it over the end line and wide. So we're just gone into injury time at the end of the first half. Birr 1-4, but Castletown have 8 points, just a point ahead. Will a point be enough? That goal that Birr got, the first score early on in the game, was a tonic score for them, and Castletown have been fighting an uphill battle ever since, but they're doing well and they're a point ahead of the moment. It's John Palmer inside. Eamon Kerwin does well, turned his man nicely, it goes forward, still Eamon Kerwin. Niall Claffey tries to stop him, half succeeds. Ball knocked away. Darren Hannafy is 18, strikes it with his left side. Across to the far side, John Cuddy pulling hard, head of Declan Pilkington, and passes the ball up over Robert Delaney's head. Paddy Dullard, 14, playing out the field. The ball breaks inside, and Pilkington is going on a run. Declan Pilkington got that ball into the centre. Bad shot, cut out by Paul Cuddy. Only as far as the Birman, Simon Wheelahan. Simon is stripped, and it's a free in. Well, Simon got that pass from Johnny Pilkington, but he was stripped as he was coming across the pitch, and Brian Wheelahan with a chance to tie up the match very near the half-time whistle. So just over 60 metres out, Brian Wheelahan with his free, striking it into the wind, it's dropping to the left and it's gone wide. We've played 2 minutes of injury time at this stage. Castletown 8 points, Birr 1-4. Play continues. Birr to have the win behind them in the second half. They must be quite happy with the position at the moment. Here they come again. Darren Hannafy, Rory Hannafy. Gary Hannafy, 11, is there, but he's beaten by Paul Cuddy. Cuddy comes forward. Johnny Pilkington tried to stop him. The ball goes to Cyril Cuddy. Low ball inside. Pat Phelan trying to get that ball up. Nudged away from him by Erison. Barry Whelan. 3 Laois players there. Padraig Cuddy. But they're beaten by Brian Whelan. The referee blows the whistle. And at half time in this very entertaining Leinster Senior Club Hurling Championship final, the half time score: Castletown of Laois 8 points, Birr of Offaly 1 goal and 4 points. So referee Aodán MacSuibhne restarts the game. Birr now playing with the wind behind them in the second half, and they trail by just 1 point. Number 7 is Rory Hannafy, but he's beaten by Robert Delaney, number 5 from Castletown. Finding it hard to get the ball away. Liam Power, number 12, doing good work. Referee spots the foul by the leashman. Simon Whelan coming out to take the free. The wind quite strong, but perhaps not as strong as it was in the first half. The day appears to be clearing, but still a significant wind behind Birr in the second half. Now Castletown lead 8 points to 1-4. Simon Whelan with this free, lobbing it in and straight between the posts over the bar. Sides level in the first minute of the second half. So 8 points to 1-5, the sides are level. So have Castletown got it all to do now against the wind in the second half, or will they turn it on? Here's David Cuddy, one man who won't let them down. The ball well blocked down by Barry Millen. Crashing off the ball, the 2 players. Referee wants David Cuddy. So David Cuddy going to have his name taken. So the referee commences the game. David Cuddy has had his name taken, and players on both sides are very fired up. Referee getting the mentors back from the sideline. A fiery start to the second half. Sides level, 8 points to Castletown, 1-5 to Birr. Robert Delaney with his sideline cut for Castletown. Sharpest ball, right inside to David Cuddy. Nudges it to Cyril Cuddy. Cyril Cuddy goes forward. Still Cyril Cuddy. Drives the ball inside. Joe Errity breaks it down. Brian Wheelahan nudges it out. And Johnny Pilkington completes the clearance. Across to the far side. Declan Pilkington is out there. He's faced by John Cuddy. Back he goes. Darren Hannafy. Darren Hannafy's shot goes to the right and it's gone wide. So Castletown into the wind, the ball doesn't even reach the 65. This is John O'Sullivan. Sullivan is hooked. Barry Wheelahan, number 10, doing well. Sullivan pulls. The ball has gone over the sideline ball for Castletown. So just inside the 65-metre line, the sideline cut for the Castletown players. Well taken, dropping well inside. The ball breaks in front of the goal. Brian Mullins has decided to come, decided not to. Brian Whelan throws the ball. Rory Hannaford pulls. Castletown player pushed to the ground, the free for the Leishman. So this free for Castletown just inside the 65-metre line. Paul Cuddy sending it in, it's gone in and it's gone over the bar. Centre half back Paul Cuddy the scorer of that point. Castletown 1 point ahead once again. 9 points to 1-5. Here's Simon Whelan. Referee blows and gives the free to Birr. So Simon Whelan to level the game once again with this free. He puts the ball over the bar. 9 points to Castletown, 1-6 to Birr. There's almost 7 minutes gone, but we did have quite a lengthy stop there early on at the start of the second half. Keeping the ball low and it reaches the 65. Barry Millen drives it back into the corner. Ian Powell ahead of Tom Phelan, who has switched. Powell bulldozes his way through. Stopped by Phelan. Kicks the ball away from the danger area. Breaks to Robert Delaney. Robert Delaney coming up the swing. The referee blows the whistle and gives the free to Castletown. John Lyons, the goalkeeper, coming out to take the free. So John Lyons from his 20-metre line, keeping it low once again, but knocked down by Rory Hannafy. Robert Delaney, number 5, is there. Ball breaks inside, this could be dangerous. Declan Pilkington sends the ball over the bar. Declan Pilkington, the full forward and captain, has given Birr the lead with that point. But a lot of loose play allowed him to get the ball and put it over the bar. Birr 1-7, Castletown 9 points. Here come the Leishmen once again. John O'Sullivan driving it forward. Gary Carl, he's beaten by Fionn O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan once again. Joe Ellerslie trying to halt his progress. Carl once again, the ball is over the sideline. So a sideline ball for the Castletown men, 20 metres out from the end line. Great cut right across the goal. John Palmer right across in front of the post. Pat Phelan couldn't get onto the ball. And Brian Whelan first. Referee has blown a late tackle once again, is it? Birr player injured in the middle of the field. Darren Hannafy is okay. The referee is giving the free to Birr from the 65 metre line. Brian Wheelahan to take it. 1-7 to Birr, 9 points to Castletown. Brian Wheelahan from his own 65 metre line. Wind behind him, sends it in and followed over. Brian Wheelahan, scorer of that point from his own 65 metre line. 1-8 to Birr, 9 points to Castletown. David Cuddy to Paul Cuddy, but Birr coming on the attack once again. Martin Phelan, number 2, trying to get back. Declan Pilkington. Martin Phelan coming forward for Castletown. The referee finally blows and gives the free to the Laois men. Birr introducing a substitute, number 19 is coming on. Paul Malloy, he won't come on yet because the referee hadn't seen him, but he will be on any second. Here come Castletown once again, trailing by 2 points. Brian Wheelahan, the ball goes to Fionn O'Sullivan, brilliantly hooked by Niall Claffey. Paddy Dullard shot half block down, ball breaks inside to Fionn O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan for Castletown, drives that ball in, dropping dangerously in front of the post. Goalkeeper Brian Mullins watches the ball go over the end line and wide. Substitute coming in for Birr, number 19, Paul Malloy. And they need to get a player off the pitch. Paul Malloy playing right half forward on the Birr team. And Liam Power, the man who's gone off. So 1-8 to Birr, 9 points to Castletown. 13 minutes gone, but a big stop at the start of the second half. There will be some added time at the end of the game. Here's Brian Wheelahan, 65 minutes out. For Birr. Simon Wheelahan to take the free just outside the 45 metre line. Simon strikes it, dropping it short. It's gone to the right and it's gone wide. Birr 11 points, 1-8, and Castletown 9. Castletown passes it out. Brilliantly taken. Gary Hannafy. Terrific point by number 11, Gary Hannafy. 1 goal and 9 points for Birr, 9 points for Castletown. The wind once again holding that puck out, only dropping 50 metres out, well put on by Fionn O'Sullivan. Ball goes inside. Pat Phelan going forward for Castletown, trying to get his shot in and blocked down by Barry. The ball breaks out here and it's gone over the bar. Brilliant block by Barry Wheelahan. The ball broke to number 10, Eamon Kerwin, and Eamon put the ball over the bar, a point for Castletown. Martin Phelan clears the ball up for the Castletown men. Paul Cuddy, Barry Wheelahan beating Eamon Kerwin, decides to go along the ground. Brian Wheelahan cuts it out. Wheelahan up the field. Darren Hannafy pulling. Pilkington breaks back to Hannafy. Pilkington nudges it forward. Robert Delaney leaves it. Tom Phelan up the field for Castletown. Donald Franks, number 2.
Paul Cuddy nudges it forward. Barry Millen back. Paul Cuddy over to this side of the field once again. Put out by Niall Claffey. Claffey for the Birr man. Press past 3 Leishman. Comes forward. Leave the ball behind him, and if it's a pass, in fact, but taken away from him. Rory Hannafy. Another Castletown player going to have his name taken is Fionn O'Sullivan, number 13. So the yellow card will be shown, or has been shown, and it hasn't actually, but his name has been taken. Brian Wheelahan, just outside the 65-metre line. 2 points between the teams, and Birr are ahead. There's just under 14 minutes left. Into the hands of the goalkeeper it goes, but the referee will want the free to be taken again, I think. Perhaps a Laois player was standing too near. Yes, the Laois player standing too near the free taker, so the referee orders the free to be retaken. So a second chance for Brian Wheelahan. His side leading by 2 points. 14 minutes left in the game. This time it goes in and it's gone over the bar. Brian Wheelahan, another point for him. And it's 110 to 10 points Birr ahead. Perhaps at this stage Castletown need a goal to get back into this game. Here's Paul Cuddy. Flicks it out to John O'Sullivan. Drives the Laois forward. Eamon Kerwin. Brian Wheelahan blocks it down and clears it back up. Johnny Pilkington is there. This is Donald Franks. Paul Malloy, who came into the game about 5 minutes ago. Darren Hannafy taken down. It's a free in for Birr. Another name being taken, another Laois man in trouble with the referee. It's Tom Phelan, who had number 4, who's had his name taken for that tackle on Hannafy, and Simon Wheelahan with the free. A goal or 3 points between the teams. Simon Wheelahan, 35 metres out, puts the ball over the bar once again. 111 to Birr, 10 points to Castletown. Almost 19 minutes gone in the second half. David Cuddy gets that puck out. Drives the ball straight over the sideline, but off of Barry Millen's hurl, and it's a sideline ball for the Laois men. Castletown could be going to introduce Sean Hanlon in a moment. Ball breaks with Gary Balclaffey, number 9. Fionn O'Sullivan is there. Barry Wheelahan. Johnny Pilkington. Breaks to a Laois man. Martin Phelan. Paul Cuddy. Cuddy's tripped. It's a free for Castletown. Castletown want to make a change, but not until after this free, I think. Paul Cuddy sends it in. It's gone to the left and it's gone wide. Number 12, Sean Hanlon, going in as a sub on the Castletown team. Originally on the starting 15, but replaced by Ger Cuddy, who himself has been taken off earlier on in the game. So Sean Hanlon going in at right corner forward. Nobody seems to have gone. Well, they're switching players all around. And it's Tom Phelan who is eventually going to go off, I think. So Sean Hanlon off, Tom Phelan off. Here come Birr once again. Ball flicked out to Gary Hannafy. Gary Hannafy from an awkward angle sends the ball across the post and wide. So 9 minutes plus stoppage time left. 1-11 to Birr. 10 points to Castletown. John O'Sullivan has gone back right cornerback for Castletown. Whether that will do any good or not. Here's John Palmer, number 18. He's beaten. Paul Cuddy, first time, cross to the far side. Ball kept in play off of the Birr man. Sideline ball for Castletown. Pat Phelan looks like he might take it. Birr player down injured, so the referee is stopping play. More switches on the Castletown team. John O'Sullivan has gone back to his left half back position. Robert Delaney gone corner back. And Cyril Cuddy gone to right half back. Sideline ball for Castletown. Eamon Kerwin has that ball, trying to make an angle for himself. Drives it back out the field. Good ball. Can they get a score off this? A good shot in, and it's gone over the bar. Paul Cuddy took that pass, sent the ball over the bar. 1-11 to 11 points. Just that early goal between them that Birr scored. A very fortunate goal. Donald Franks. Darren Hannafy sends the ball in, cut out by John O'Sullivan, well blocked down by Paul Malloy. Great block there by the 19, he has a chance, he goes forward. Awkward angle, sends the ball across in front of the post. And Martin Phelan grabs it and clears it off the field. Loose play, Johnny Pilkington, Johnny drives it in, it's gone over the bar. Johnny Pilkington. 1-12 for Birr, 11 points for Castletown. 6.5 minutes left in the game. Plus whatever time the referee will add on, and there will be quite a bit of that. Perhaps 2 or 3 minutes, will it be enough for Castletown? Paul Cuddy inside the 65-metre line, sending it in, it's going left, can they stop it? No, it's gone wide. Well, Pat Phelan did all he could, but the ball went over the end line and wide. (1-12 to 11). Birr ahead. Ryan Mullins getting greater length into his hand with the wind behind him. Wind still as fresh as it ever was. John O'Sullivan, the referee gives the free to Birr. Brian Whelan coming forward to take it. So just outside his own 65-metre line, Brian Whelan with his free for Birr. Struck it well. And it's gone over the bar. Another point for Brian Whelan, another point for Birr. Are they beginning to pull away? 5 minutes plus stoppage time left. 1:13 to 11. John O'Sullivan comes to meet the puck. Setting up another attack for Castletown. Lobbing the ball inside. Nudged away well by Gary Carl. Towards the far sideline, kept in play. Niall Claffey. Claffey a low ball. The linesman had to duck, but the ball has gone over the sideline, far side of the field. So sideline ball for Castletown on the far side of the field. John O'Sullivan. John Palmer. Paul Cuddy perhaps getting in his way, and they've lost the ball. Gary Hannafy. Topping off, Castletown players were still going forward. And the referee has blown the whistle and he's giving a free to ball. And the referee has brought the ball forward for descent, and it's now on the 45-metre line. Simon Wheelahan, 45 metres out, perhaps 15 metres to the right of the post. Sends it in, watched all the way going over the bar. 114 for Birr, 11 points for Castletown. Simon Wheelahan, the scorer of that latest point. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Rory Hannafy driving that ball in. John Lyons allows it go over the end line and wide. Fionn O'Sullivan slipping it out of his hand. David Cuddy, quite enough game today. Perhaps Birr did their homework. And passes the ball forward. John Palmer getting onto it 18. Back goes Brian Wheelahan for Birr. Clears the ball up the field. John O'Sullivan, Paul Cuddy in fact, the ball drops out of his hand. Taken by Gary Hannafy, a long ball inside. Oh, Robert Delaney misses it. Here's Darren Hannafy, and a brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Hannafy again, a shot blocked down on the goal line and cleared by the leashman. Good work by the Castletown backs. Here's Penny Donald. He's had a quite enough game today too compared to the last day. Birr coming once again with Declan Pilkington. Gary Hannafy flicks it inside, nobody there. John Lyons comes out, clears it back up for the leashman. Donald Franks beaten. Sean Hanlon, who has come into the game the last few minutes, drives the ball forward. Eamon Kerwin ahead of his man. Kerwin shot blocked down by Brian Wheelahan. Kerwin doing well but losing the ball. Brian Wheelahan once again. Brian Wheelahan sets up another attack. Simon Wheelahan breaks the ball down. Over here to Rory Hannafy. Hannafy has it in a second attempt. Pam passes it back out to Declan Pilkington. Pilkington out across to Paul Malloy. Paul Malloy too slow to react, and the Castletown players trying to clear the ball out over towards this side of the field. The Birr man is going to be the two Castletown players, or is he? Donald Franks did well. Sean Hanlon blocked down, trying to get the ball up. It's gone over the line. The sideline ball for Birr. The referee in fact has blown and he's giving a free to Castletown for a push in the back. 1 minute plus stoppage time left. Birr 114, Castletown 11 points. Well caught by Brian Wheelahan. Hannafy going through. Hannafy sends that ball in and it's gone over the bar. Number 11, Gary Hannafy. Another point for the big number 11. 115 to Birr, 11 points to Castletown. Into injury time at the end of the game. There could be 3 minutes perhaps. It may not be enough for Castletown. Here's Johnny Pilkington. Pilkington on a solo one. Didn't come up well for him. He was going to strike it. Hand passes it outside. Paul Malloy. Paul Malloy once again has to readjust. John O'Sullivan is there. Ball cleared away. Barry Wheelahan. Ball over the sideline ball for Castletown. Birr introducing another substitute. Oisin O'Neill, the man who couldn't start, wants to come in, number 13, and he's going to make an appearance at the end of this game. So Oisin O'Neill, who couldn't start, goes in. Is it Darren Hannafy, I think, the man coming off? Darren Oisin is going in at top of the left. Sideline ball for John O'Sullivan and Castletown on the far side. It's a good ball, but they need a goal quickly in this match. Gary Hannafy drives it back up. Robert Delaney clears it back down for Castletown. Only as far as Paul Malloy. Paul Malloy this time gets his shot and sends the ball over the bar. Number 19, Paul Malloy, scored of that one. Birr cruising at this stage, deep in injury time, 116 to 11 points. Rory Hannafy, number 7, pulling on everything. The referee blows the whistle. He's going to throw the ball in. 1 minute of injury time has been played. Sean Hanlon for Castletown, sending them forward. Barry Wheelahan pulls, the ball breaks to him. Hand passed it forward to Johnny Pilkington. Along the ground to this side of the field, Barry Hannafy lets it run on. Gets the pass, or just see somebody gets onto it. Back there is John Cuddy trying to get the ball out. Martin Phelan, number 2, Robert Delaney. Cuddy comes away with it, John O'Sullivan. Driving it up the field, Niall Claffey knocks it away from the leash man. And knocks down the second attempt. And he's still there, Sean Hanlon. His shot is back down again. Simon Wheelahan. They're playing around with the ball in the middle of the field. Donald Franks. Pilkington across to this side of the field. Birr loose inside, the ball never came to him. Barry Hannafy goes through. Cyril Hannafy. Robert Delaney on his knees drops the ball. A shot there by Oisin O'Neill is blocked. Oisin O'Neill comes after it himself. His shot is blocked down again. The ball goes in towards the end line. 2 minutes of injury time are being played. Oisin O'Neill once again. John Cuddy. And the referee has blown the protest whistle. And Birr of Offaly are the Leinster AIB Leinster Club Hurling Champions for 1999. On a final scoreline of Birr 116, Castletown of Laois 11 points, Birr have qualified to represent their province in the AIB Hurling Club Championship. I suppose all the work was done in the first half when Castletown, with the strongmen behind them, conceded a very easy goal early on and were always trying to catch up. They hurled well in the first half, but the win perhaps and the superior strength and experience of the Birr team wore them down, and at the end I think Birr were coasting to victory from perhaps 10 or 15 minutes from the end of the game. So Birr have won, Castletown defeated once again at this stage of the competition. Final scoreline from Nolan Park: Birr of Offaly 116, Castletown of Laois 11 points.